all, welcome back. Welcome back. Today we're just making a short video. I was sitting here speculating a little bit. A while back, I bought this katana sword, or like a gunto type sword. It's this one over here. It's a very nice sword. I like it very much. This is like a Second World War model sword, but I'm not 100% sure if it's true, if it's a real sword, a real World War II sword, or if it's a fake one. So today we're gonna take a little bit of a closer look on this one here, and hopefully if somebody of you out there knows anything about Japanese swords, maybe you could let me know, and we could figure this mystery out together here. Hopefully. I've been watching a little bit on YouTube, a lot of videos about Japanese swords, and especially the Second World War ones, the Type 94, 95. This is not a 95, it's like a 94 or 98. So the Type 95 Shingunto is like a much more mass-produced sword, so to speak. And I've been watching this channel on YouTube. Let me find him for you here. Many of the videos I've been watching is from this one particular guy who talks a lot about Japanese swords. And his name on YouTube is Michael Rizzo, with Z in the last name, and it's 2 Z's, so you know. So hopefully after I'm done with this video, I'll go back into his channel. I'll leave a little bit of a comment on one of his videos and ask if you could check my sword out. I would very much appreciate it, and maybe you have definitely have a better idea than I do about what this is. So let's take it out of the scabbard and put it on the inspection table and see what we got. Let's go. Ah, excellent. Here we go. There is the sword laying in front of us, ready for inspection. So, what I think happened with this sword here. In the beginning, when I started inspecting it, I first thought, oh, this is a real old Japanese World War II sword. Then I did some research on the internet, and then I was like, ah, goddamn, it's a fake. But then I did some more research, and then I was like, maybe it's real anyway. What I can tell from just looking at it, though, it's that somebody tried to restore it, and they did a shit job. They repainted the scabbard. I can see where they put down some base coat of like this anti-rust red paint, and then they painted it over with green. The scabbard is steel, which it's supposed to be on the Type 94s and Type 98s, so that's something, you see. Let's take it out of the scabbard. Oh yeah, check this out. It's a little bit loose in the fitting, you see. The whole handle slides back. It's because I think it's called the Mikugi pin. This one in here, it has like stripped into the wood. And I think I might actually remove this band here. I will remove this band because this is not original. This is some cheap polyester rope that looks like some kind of shoelacing. And it's not the right type, not the right material, and definitely not the right thickness. So this is much later add-on. And yet, check the play you have here. You see, that's no good. So that's like really, really worn out. Let's take the sword out of the scabbard. Let's take a look at the scabbard. It got the 2 mounts. I haven't tried to unscrew this one here. You're supposed to be able to remove the lower mount on a Type 94. But I did some inspection. I was looking around here. And this one seems like you could remove, because it seems like there is a little bit of a gap between the ball on the rest compared to the top one that seems to be like really stuck there. I'll show you, I'll film a little bit closer with this one so you get a better view. There you go, here is the top fitting. It's nice cherry blossom pattern. It's a very nice quality cast. I'd see how close I can get with this camera, not close on that, but it's very high quality. So it doesn't really look like reproduction. I was thinking maybe they found like original pieces and you know, all the original furnishing for the sword, and they just put a new blade in it. But we'll get to that sooner. So you see the top one here, very nice patterning. Then we go down to this, so you can get it in focus there. Continue down the scabbard to the second mount. And further down here is some ornamentation. Looks like that. And of course on the bottom we have the final piece of furnishings. The blade! It's a very nice blade. I don't know what happened to it, if somebody like polished it or at some point had some acid put on the blade to see the different shapes in the steel. But if you take a look at it, I'm not going to touch the blade too much, because I can tell you for a fact this is probably very high carbon steel. Because if you take it out of its scabbard and you look at it for too long, it will start rust. It will start rusting immediately. So, but take a look at it, steel here. Maybe you can. There you go. You see the nice pattern it has, especially along the edge there. Now this is not a Hammond line. This is actually what I can tell by just looking at it. It seems to me like there is a harder piece of steel inside and the rest of the steel is folded over it. And just like feeling the edge here, man, it's not sharp, but it's not dull, I can tell you that. This is pretty damn sharp for a sword that has just been laying around. I don't know if we can cut anything with it. Let's see if I got anything to cut here. We'll give it a test. Here's some kind of cardboard. Let's see what we can do. Oh, this is so loose in the handle, but hopefully it will work anyway. So, yeah, I mean, it's not super sharp, but it's not sharp either. So let's take it apart and inspect the individual parts. I'll even show you the handle. So I need something to poke out the pin here. I'll use this wood pen here. Pin is actually broken in half, so we're gonna have to put a new pin in there. Anyways, blade in the table. Let's see if I can take this off. Pin stripped in half. I guess since that's the only thing holding the handle to the rest of the sword, I guess this is something you'll have to exchange here once in a while. I think it's called the Tsuba. Let's take the Tsuba off. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm by no means an expert on these kinds of weapons. There we go. Handle off. Take off the furnishings in the right order so I remember to put them back right. Let's inspect the individual furnishing parts here. Let's start with the Tsuba. I think that's what it's called. So this is how it looks. Here you're supposed to fasten, some kind of thingy. But I think it looks very authentic, what I can tell. Let's see if I have something to point with here. Yeah, there we go. That's a good image. I'll rotate it slowly so those of you who are experts out there can judge it by yourself. Me, I think it looks pretty goddamn good, if I'm gonna be honest. It's a beautiful looking detail of the furnishing. So that's that. Let's wrap the handle and I'll show you that. And I am gonna have to make an entirely new handle for this one because the wood is all worn out. So one thing that I know about these old Japanese officer swords, there's supposed to be a wood liner inside of them, the steel scabbards, and inside of this one we have a wood liner. It looks to me to be pretty goddamn old. It looks quite worn on the inside and it's all blackened. As far as I can tell, at least. I can't see all the way in there, but it's definitely covered in wood all the way in. So here is the handle unwrapped. This is how it looks. You see, it looks to me like it's real rayskin. It's hard to say because I never seen real rayskin before. And it also looks to me like it used to go all the way around the handle here. You see, this seems like somebody cut it here, and I can see other piece of wood seems like it's just torn off from where it used to be all the way around. And somebody sandpapered the edges here. There is a 16 written here, black paint. Maybe that stands for something. I have no clue. I also am gonna order the proper materials for rewrapping the handle. I'm gonna order some new rayskin because when you do stuff like that, especially when a blade is nice, you want to make it properly. Even if it's not like a real Japanese army gunto, you still want to do the job as good as you possibly can. One side, hold for the pin, and then the other side, like this. And then you can see up here in the wood where the pin started stripping out the wood. So this is all shite. This is the bottom part. This is from bottom to top. how it's mounted on the sword. So this part, there we go. Here is the little locking thing. It's very well made. This is very well made castings, this one's here. And then we come up to the different spacing plates here. So we have this one, then that one, then that one, then this. Then we have the other ones, and then we get to this. I don't remember what all these pieces are here, what their names are. They all have specific names. And this one is actually numbered. I've heard some people say, oh, real ones weren't numbered. And then I heard some people say there is some real ones that are numbered. And so it can vary a lot. This one is numbered 81616. And all these small individual plates here, they are also numbered. The 6 ones, I don't know if there is a number on... yes, there is a number on this one as well. And I believe they are all the same number. Let's see. That little markings you can see above the hole for the blade there, that's the stamped numbers. I don't know if you can tell what it says, but it says 193702. And it's the same number on all these parts. They all have the same numbers, 193702. This here is the cherry blossoms that were wrapped inside the handle. They look like this from this side, and then on the other side, they look like that. It looks pretty authentic to me, but you know, I'm no expert, so I can't tell. That's the furnishing. It looks pretty authentic to me, but you know, I'm no expert, so I can't tell. So I just like literally 10 minutes ago, I dried the blade off with a cloth, and I can see already now it's starting to rust. I can see it rust in front of my fucking eyes. That's how fast this blade starts rusting here. It's already getting red in the color. Let's see if I dry it off. Yeah, we already got rust building up on the blade, so it goes really, really fast. So, you know, what I'm thinking, it's with a steel blade with this much carbon content in it that it rusts as soon as you take a look at it. You can see the grain from the folding in the blade. You see it very, very, it's very pronounced. I don't know if it comes off on the camera right there, but you definitely can see it. Yeah, I can see that you can see it. So it looks like a Hammond line, but this is not the Hammond line from the hardening. This is the different types of steel. The one harder steel that's folded in the middle around the harder core around the softer shell. I believe that's how they used to make them. So this goes all the way to the top. Top of the blade looks like this. The back side got this profile, so it's not a straight back, it's raised. There is just one angle from the flat of the blade to the edge here, and this does not need much to get really ridiculously sharp. I can feel it right now. I can do like this, and it will scale off pieces of my fingernail like that. So it's quite sharp. Still, let me try to give it a little bit. And we actually have some engravings on the handle here as well. So here we go. We get into the handle part. Now I can tell, oh yeah, the handle, of course, it's marked with the same number as the Suba. This one says 16, and we have 16 painted down here as well. I can't see any other markings on that are painted on the blade. And of course we have the engravings here. I don't know if it comes off on camera. There we go a little bit. You see them there? Hopefully there, yeah. It will give you a good view of what the markings are. If any one of you knows how to identify these types of markings, or you have any idea what it means whatsoever, please let me know, because I really do want to know what it is. So I think I'll take a... There you go, you can see the markings on the blade. The 16 and the bottom. Then I took a piece of paper and I scratched over the top with this pen here. I don't know if you can see properly, come on, what the markings are here. But I did my best and I drew it up with some black paint, and this is what I think it looks like. Now they're a little bit, this one got a bit small, and then they progressively got bigger. I don't know why, but this is the marking as far as I can tell what they look like on the blade. You would probably think, oh, this is a pretty nice blade too as well. It's a bit heavy. Let's see if we can do some dimensions. Thickness here. It's thinner over in the back again, so it's thickest on the middle, just before it gets into the sharpness side there. So it's showing me just above 8 millimeters. And in the top, it's about 7. 6.5, 7. I'll put the blade down on the table like this, and I'll measure the distance from the table up to the bend. So if you put it on a flat surface and you measure this distance between the center of the blade and the table, I get it to be 26 millimeters, about 2.5 centimeters. Well, let's do a measurement for overall length too as well, so you have some material to work with. Let me take this. I think this one is a bit longer than they usually are, but you know, that's can happen as well. And total length of the blade, it's 92 centimeters. If you happen to know anything at all about Japanese swords, I would be very much like to know what you know, and we'll figure this one out together. I'm gonna go on YouTube now, and I'm gonna leave a comment as soon as I'm done with this video on Michael Rizzo on your channel. Hopefully you'll take a look at it and you can point me in the right direction, because that would be great indeed. Oh, by the way, if you haven't checked it out yet, check out the video I did on the double-sided Viking hood. You have a chance to win that one, and yeah, I think it was a great video. You'll have to just to watch it by yourself and let me know. But I put one of those pop-ups either here or over here, so you can take a look at that if you feel like it. Have a nice weekend. Ciao.